into academia, but I guess not.
Hey there. Excuse us, but is Sino at the academia?
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra Sino? I'm afraid he's out on a mission right now. But if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on to him.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with Amatra. It sounds like something urgent.
Oh? If you don't mind, why don't you tell me about it first?
Siraj.
One of their most renowned, in fact.
Yes.
I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent. There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue, good sir. What about Siraj?
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment. He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment everywhere.
Whoa.
I ran as fast as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught me.
Jesus, calm
There's
down.
no rush. Please, take your time. What kind of experiments was he conducting? Where is this cave?
I don't
In the
remember.
mountains, I don't know.
Huh? You can't remember?
All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling weird. It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous, and that they must be stopped. Oh!
And you don't even know where they are.
Business in the tavern. We have to hurry.
Even if what you say is... Alright. I'll have some of my colleagues look into Siraj. But before that,
I'll look
I would
at
like to
everybody,
administer
I
the
guess.
Matra lie detector test.
What?
You think I'm lying?
Please don't take it
lie
the wrong
detector.
way. This is just standard protocol. Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little while? We'll be back soon.
Okay, so I'm just sitting here, twiddling my thumbs, well, waiting. You wait somewhat longer than expected.
Huh? Alhaitam?
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an
the lion's
investigation
comeback.
based on the leads he provided. Per protocol, this matter was reported to Acting Grand Sage Alhaitam. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Huh. It's kind of weird for you to be working with the Matra. Is there a special reason?
You're overthinking things. My interest
Yeah,
was
he
piqued
has
is
to
all.
be though.
Really? I'm unsurprised you have this much free time. In that case, let's join in as well, shall we, Traveler?
It's already
course I
against
have to be
protocol
directed
for
to this
Acting
all the
Grand
time.
Sage Alhaitam to participate in this investigation. As for you two... Oh, never mind. After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany us, but you have to promise to keep everything confidential.
Don't you worry. Our lips are sealed.
What bag do I
Alright,
have to
in
then
that case,
stuff Paimon
I'll fill you
into
in
so
on what we
she'll
know so
be
far.
quiet about this?
Ilyas claimed that
Do I, like, get a
Siraj will
bag?
be conducting some business with a Kasharawa researcher at the
The
tavern.
what?
This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he stumbled upon this information while escaping.
Kashawa was
Incidentally,
sure.
Siraj isn't at the academia right now. He applied for long-term off-site research 1 month ago. It's close to the time that Ilyas had given, so we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any suspicious persons.
That's right. Arav, prepare to head out. You two, do as you will.
Oh, come on! You already said that we're coming!
You do your job, you just, I don't care. Yeah, let's just bring the whole force to
We're here, Acting
investigate.
Grand Sage Alhaitam. What's our next course of action?
Drop the guards, perhaps?
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitam.
Looks like you haven't read any memos lately. The new Academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an ongoing investigation. If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious persons.
He was not agreeing with himself about that one.
Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Alhaitam, I'll have to trouble you with the protection of our primary witness.
Sure. Though I'd rather he just protect himself.
You should have stayed at the office. I need to protect her now and walk the other
You're
way.
the same as ever. Casually ignoring people, just like you did back at Aru Village.
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly.
What do you mean? I don't care,
Arv has
AK.
just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers.
Sounds like a lot of work. My microphone.
That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps. The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Why is
This
so
time?
complicated?
This is why I was against becoming the acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and rank inevitably make a lot of things more troublesome than usual.
Excuse me, acting Grand Sage Alhaitam.
I have a few problems with the mic. I'm just gonna fix that for a sec. So. I'll be right back.
I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what. Have we met before?
No, I have no recollection of ever meeting you.
Haha, I thought so too. I probably wouldn't have had anything to do with someone of your caliber.
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some
We always
reason
gotta
I
ask
felt
questions,
a
you
sense
know.
of familiarity when I met you for the first time.
Really? A misperception, perhaps. Or...
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitam, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Ksharawar researcher who has dealings with him.
It's the
His
word I
name is
cannot
Narendra.
say, researcher.
Acting Sage Alhaitam? Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but does something like that really warrant the personal interest of the acting Grand Sage? What have I gotten myself into? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please, I promise that this won't ever happen again.
Okay.
I would like to ask him a few questions.
Of course.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the tavern, but he never showed up.
What were the details of this transaction?
Parts,
He's doing
money.
some kind of experiment that seems to require
You
many
even know
power
that?
generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of Mora if I was willing to put some aside for him, under the pretense of them being defective parts. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up, or run into you all.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. Whatever the case, it seems that this lead ends here. The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. We still have time to conduct our investigation.
Yeah, just grab
Do you have any more
a,
questions
you
for
know,
the suspect?
No, he's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
borrow. What are you gonna
that's
do?
fine.
Kidnap the guy?
We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not however, I am
whoops.
curious. What do you need him for exactly?
I've read
Turning
some
it on
papers
vi-
regarding
on
amnesia,
silent.
and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
I see. We'll be returning to the academia then. I'll leave Ilyas in your care.
Leave him in your care. We do
Follow
not
me.
care. Okay. I'm simple.
Siraj
Okay.
didn't show up at the tavern, and Narendra didn't give us any leads. Ugh, that means we're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Alhaitam, Are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this interested in the case.
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh? Paimon has no clue. Hey, do you know?
Do you know Siraj? Perhaps that's
Yes.
it.
We were classmates.
Oh, so that's why you asked to come
Even
along
he
when
was
Ara
confused.
briefed you on the
Huh?
situation.
I was whose
So
classmate?
you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because you know the suspect?
He's not a subs.
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. For the time being, all you need to know is that
At
we
least
were
it's
once
having this
classmates.
visual.
I became the scribe afterwards while he continued his academic endeavors. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution.
It was
From
too much knowledge
violating
is
matters
bad.
regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are also what the sages use as a reference when formulating or amending the rules of the academia. My opinion
Okay.
is that Siraj's research was both overly naive and in violation of various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board and ultimately decided to reject the application.
Why do I
So
have the feeling
that's
this
why
quest
he's
is going to
buying
be
energy
above
sources
my
and electrical
IQ level?
components.
He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in secret.
That sounds super suspicious. Oh, we gotta stop him. Ilias, can you try to remember things again?
I thought that was
Something
her.
new will pop up.
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times. And no matter how hard I try, it feels like everything in my mind is shrouded in a thick mist.
It is possible for a person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against extreme stress. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the appropriate stimulus.
Okay, we
Now,
gotta
Try
experiment
to
on the guy.
recall things you care about. They don't need to be related to this case.
Well, actually,
Gotta call Albedo?
I feel like
You
I've
probably know
forgotten
the way.
more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done, I can remember some things, but I can't recall some others no matter how hard I try.
Boo-hoo.
But I do vaguely remember that there are 2 things that I have to do no matter what.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia
What?
and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville. I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month to pay for family expenses.
And the second thing? What's the second thing?
I can't remember. Sorry, there's just so much I can't recall.
Not unexpected.
You're
However,
useless.
you're the only one who has seen Siraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you regain your memories.
There's how many caves
Losing
are
your
there?
memories must be really painful.
That could
But
be
don't you
in
worry.
a
We'll
way
help you get them all back.
have a
Oh, thank you
experiment
so
on that
much.
amount of level.
This feeling, it's more than
can't
just
be that
pain.
bad, right?
I don't know how to describe it. I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. And my head's always ringing. It feels like I could faint at any moment. But amidst
Then
all
do
that,
so.
it also feels like I've been set free somehow. Nevertheless, I have you all to thank for bringing me what clarity I do have right now. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called the Research Preparation Center. That's also where I got my monthly paycheck.
I see. In that case, let's go and find whoever's in charge there.
Fine. Tell me what to do. Explain this to me.
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitam. I've sent this period's research expenses report to your office. Have you taken a look? Are there any issues with it?
I did. Recent research expenses have decreased quite a bit compared to past figures.
Yes.
And
though
now
that
we're
is
talking,
primarily
you know-
because there are fewer scholars with research needs. But that can be a rather convoluted topic. Might I ask why you are here today?
I believe you know this
Tell
individual.
you how to do your job,
His
perhaps?
name is Ilias. He worked part-time here, and he's here for his paycheck.
Oh, yes, of course. Though, Ilias, where have you been these past few days? That was our busy period, but then you disappeared without a word. Everyone had to pick up the slack.
I'm sorry. Something unexpected came up.
You're not blaming on
But
our
I know
boy.
I've caused trouble for everyone. Is there anything I can do to make up for it?
No memories.
The other researchers have more or less finished your share of the work. However, there is one thing that is yet to be settled. You remember Chandra?
No.
You were in charge of following up on his off-site research application. He retracted his application a few days ago and canceled his off-site project. He's the 12th person to retract a research application this month. I'd like you to ask him why he did that.
Maybe he didn't
Chandra
want
is
to, you know.
probably having coffee at this hour, so you can find him at the cafe.
Understood. Then, about my paycheck.
I'll pay you in full
None.
once you return. However, make sure you don't disappear without saying anything again. Be considerate to your colleagues and give them some forewarning at least. Is
How?
this acceptable?
How do you
Acting Grand
give a
Sage
forewarning
Alhaitam?
to being kidnapped?
I have no
Yeah, I'm
objections.
about to get kidnapped in like 2 days.
Elias? Long time no see. What can I do for you?
I heard
Explain
that you
yourself.
canceled your research project, so I'm just here to ask you why.
Oh, that. It's really nothing special. I just don't feel like going anymore. I'm not the only one who canceled, right? I mean, people have had no motivation to conduct research lately, haven't they?
No motivation to conduct research?
Sounds
Yeah.
challenging.
Say, who might you be? You look sort of familiar.
How do you not know
No,
who your
don't
boss's
mind me.
boss is?
Please, continue.
Well,
How
with
do
the
you
downfall
manage
of the
not to know
Sages
that?
not long ago, many of the projects that they led were put on hold while they were being investigated. With the situation being so volatile, people are picking up random things to do to kill time. No one wants to risk starting any new research until it's clear how things will pan out in the future.
When you say how things will pan out, you actually mean what the new sages would have interest in, right?
Fair.
Wow, talk about blunt. But that isn't the only reason for the lack of motivation to start new research.
So what are the other reasons?
I feel like that's my only answer to this one.
Well, because the Akasha terminal shut down. I'm sure you're all
Apparently you're
aware
just-
that we require all kinds of knowledge to perform any of the research we do. Back then, the Akasha would respond to any of our requests for the knowledge we needed. It was beyond convenient. We didn't have to spend an extended amount of time studying, so we were able to immediately run various tests and experiments.
I see.
So you're lazy. And dumb.
You get it, right? After having had a taste of something so amazing, who can be bothered to manually sift through data and files ever again?
Just
There are
call
only a
Naida,
handful of
bro.
people at the
She's willing to
academia
put it
who
on
are
again,
starting
you know?
new projects or performing research. Most people
I'll
are like
put in
me,
a good work.
waiting for a recognized researcher to start a project before immediately applying to join. Although our names will be further down in the paper, we'll have a much easier time. We don't have to do most of the mental heavy lifting. All we have to do is focus on our assigned tasks.
Okay. You just had a breakdown.
Ilias, what's wrong?
I don't know. Something sure as hell ain't right.
It hurts.
Apparently that is very interesting fruit. That table. How dare you? No, stop looking at my ass.
I remember now. I remember what Siraj said to me. as
Hey,
he
calm
approached.
down.
You will become Siraj number 36. Fuse yourself with a consciousness under my control. Think only in accordance with a set module. Like a worker bee in a beehive.
Paimon doesn't get
So we
it.
have a
What does that even mean?
Iltatore
It's what
wannabe
Siraj was
on our
researching,
hands.
and the topic of the thesis he had submitted. Collective consciousness and the path of evolution.
That's my only answer nowadays. Collective consciousness.
Siraj believed that by achieving 3 objectives, he could create a collective consciousness in human society and drive humans toward their ultimate evolution. First, he would rank test subjects in descending order of ability, with number 1 serving as the overmind. This overmind would then divide tasks into numerous modules and delegate them to the collective's members based on their assigned number. Lastly, members would share their memories and emotions to facilitate the rapid exchange of information within the collective.
Excuse me, can I get those last two sentences of yours to a completely idiot level so I can actually understand what the hell you're talking about? Because I have no idea. This quest might just be above my knowledge level.
Think of it as linking many minds together and tailoring a given mind's assigned work based on its compatibility. Eventually, everyone's minds will be consolidated into a new form of existence that is both an individual and an organization. Siraj believes this collective consciousness is superior to individual humans.
Whoa.
They do say
people together.
two
Paimon
more
thinks
minds
that
think
sounds
great
horrible.
minds think alike, but I don't think
Just
this
as
is what they
Alhaitam
meant.
said. Siraj gave all the test subjects different numbers. Bigger numbers meant you had a lower rank, so your assigned tasks were less complex, such as being responsible for everyone's basic needs. Smaller numbers were ranked higher, so you'd be given more complex assignments like planning for the future. Siraj referred to me as number 36, and I think that was a low-ranking number.
So
I
you're
also recall that
useless.
Siraj said his plan was proceeding very quickly, and that the hive would soon be complete.
Hi.
Oh no, then we gotta hurry. We have to stop him before it's complete.
I tried my best, but that's all I can remember. I still can't recall where the cave is. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
Take your time.
No.
You'll eventually remember
You
it
gotta
all.
work fast here, people.
However,
I ain't got the time for this.
something doesn't seem right. Some details don't add up.
What's off?
We don't need everything to
You
hide
were
up.
only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number.
I'm not sure what Siraj's numbering system is based on. Anyway, we're done here. Let's
Keep
go.
everything confidential.
Please, wait.
We just have a random person here.
I heard you all talking about Siraj just now. Are you looking for him?
Huh?
Can I stab him?
Do you know something?
Well, Siraj is pretty popular as of late. I heard he's gained recognition from a lot of well-known researchers. Supposedly, he's a strong contender for being one of the next sages. There are many who would give up everything to be a part of his research team. I'm nothing special, though, so I doubt I'd get the opportunity.
You probably shouldn't either.
That said, I do know
Unless
a
free will
researcher
is
who
something you're
received an
willing to give
invitation
away.
from Siraj but declined it. Her name is Janaki. If you're interested, you can try to find her. She's usually reading at the pavilion in the garden.
At the pavilion in the garden. And we're going down. This is not down. Yeah,
Are you Janaki? We'd like to ask you a couple of things about Siraj.
Janaki is the most normal name I've seen so far.
Ilyas?
Do you know me? I'm sorry, but I don't recognize you.
Are you playing dumb with me?
No, I'm not.
He sounds
I
so
actually
much
have amnesia, so
older
I've lost a
than
lot of my memories.
And? Are you trying to say that I should forgive you just because you've forgotten what you've done? Or are you using the acting grand sage as backup to settle things with me? The two biggest loners teaming up.
How
What
have
a
I not seen
terrible
that just?
thought.
That's enough. There seems to be a dispute between the two of you, but I have no interest in that.
Ain't nobody cares.
I heard that Siraj once invited you to join his project. Is that true?
So, what if it is? Siraj did extend an invitation to me, and I was also interested in his project. I think it was about collective consciousness or something. Anyway, he said that I could be number 45. I refused because I thought that rank was too low. No one wants to be placed at the bottom. Certainly not me.
Ilias is number 36, and Janaki was supposed to be number 45. Ugh, just how many people did Siraj have his eyes on?
Tell me, did Siraj tell you how he assigned numbers?
Yeah. Remember how the sages took advantage of the Akasha and extracted Yana energy from our heads back then? They left a document that records the amount of Yana energy that the Akasha had extracted from each person. I don't know how Siraj got his hands on that document, but he used it as the basis for his numbering system.
I see. He believes that this data can be used to evaluate a person's computing power.
Okay. Okay, how much CPU do you have?
Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
At most, jnana energy can only be seen as representing a portion of a person's abilities. Humans are complicated beings, so it is impossible to evaluate them using a single criterion.
See? I knew I couldn't have only been ranked as 45.
What else do you know about Siraj?
That's it. He came to me, I refused, and that was the end of it. Is there anything else you needed? If not, I'm out of here. I've had enough of this eyesore.
Please, wait. I
I
still want to know what I did in the past.
You really forgot?
I swear, I don't remember anything.
Bullying.
Paimon can vouch for him. The mantra also said that he truly lost his memories.
I see. You know what? It's better this way. I get angry just thinking about it, so I really don't have the patience to fill you in. All you need to know is that you got a lot of people in trouble back then, including me. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
So he was a troublemaker. Oh well.
And she's gone. She doesn't seem to like you very much. Do you really not remember
What gave
anything?
you that idea?
I really don't. But after she said that, I've had this heavy feeling in my chest. I guess I did something really horrible.
Do you want to remember?
Huh?
Something really horrible. No, you did something goddamn stupid.
Even though you're a witness against Siraj in this case, you've also lost your memory. No one can force you to remember if you don't
He's a
want
witness
to.
against himself.
Even if you manage to remember, all you would need to do is feign ignorance and tell us that you tried the best you could, but to no avail.
I'm not sure what to do. Like I said before, for some reason I felt a sense of freedom when I realized I had lost my memories. But I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to go free so easily. I still want to remember everything. What should I do?
I can look up your file. Something that caused trouble for a lot of people in the past must be on file somewhere. Would you like me to look into it?
Yes, please.
All
There
right,
seems to be a
then let's
running
return to the House
theme.
of Dana. We've spent enough time
Honestly.
here, and you should go and get your paycheck.
Well, in Sumeru, like, memory seems to be a running theme at this point. I saw a chest where? Excuse me? What? Stop climbing! I saw a chest in the cutscene where? Where? Am I? Oh my god, I am literally.
Don't let any of it roll away now.
Let's split up for now. Ilyas, you go and deal with that. The rest of you, come to the archives with me. We'll meet back here later and then head over to Gandharvaville.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Thank you all so much.
Relax,
Oh, golly.
Ilyas. Being nervous accomplishes nothing.
That's true. I'm ready. No matter what I've done, I'm ready to face it. I'll also try my best to remember anything else related to Siraj. We'll put an end to all of this.
I'm holding you to that. See you later.
What if he is Suraj? Split side as cool. Where am I going? Oh, Jesus. Go up.
Maybe I'll borrow something to read.
How far? Ooh, that's actually kind of cool on top of a building. Wait, why have I never gone up here? I've never gone up here. Oh well. Oh wait, I did. Nope. Speak.
Okay. The important files from the last few years should all be here.
It's not a lot of files for the past few years. No witness ghost apparent. They believe in ghosts apparently. Something sleeping amongst weirdos. Recently there's a lot of rooms around the heavens and evasive. Are you doing nothing? I will not have you not doing anything. Is he just gonna stand here? Stop pondering. Oh yes, that is a fine chair indeed. Anyway. Something. Too much reading for me.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Anyway, I found Ilyas's file. Let's meet downstairs.
You gotta go. Search 3 books. Get your ass downstairs again. Okay.
What
Never mind.
have I done?
This file indicates that you were once commended by the Academia for your courage and sense of justice. You were considered a hero.
You be a hero?
Huh? Me?
Yes.
How dare you?
Your instructor was engaging in academic fraud, and you were the one who reported him.
No.
Your report was found to be true after a series of investigations, and your instructor was brought to justice by the Matra. This incident caused quite the commotion, and the Academia sent you a commendation. What is it? Are any memories coming back to you?
No, it's just... my head feels like it's being ripped apart again. It hurts. Did I seriously do that?
Did I rip it apart?
Then why?
Oh, damn.
Let's put this matter aside for now. It isn't directly related to Siraj, so there's no need to push yourself over it.
Sure, the lady was just angry on the fact that
sorry.
you reported it. I am sorry. Yes, you should be.
That should have been something good to hear, but my body is instinctively rejecting it. I feel like I'll black out if I try to remember.
Then blackout, jeez.
Take it slow.
No.
Recovering memories is no easy task,
We ain't got the time for
especially when it
slow.
involves memories that you don't want to remember.
Gotta go fast.
Just do what you think is right.
Everything.
Thank you.
Suffering.
I'm not sure how you're so calm and composed all the time, but it does
he
make me feel
simply
more
do not give a
confident about
damn.
the situation I'm in.
Simple,
Let's
he
head to
don't give a shit.
Gandharvaville and deliver Ilyas's paycheck to his sister. Come on!
We should be close. Let me think. It should be this way.
Mm-hmm.
Ilyas, what are you doing back here?
I don't know. Maybe what he's supposed to be. He ain't remembering, so he ain't told us.
Dad, it's nothing. I was just wondering how everyone was doing.
You sure everything's okay? Did they bully you again? It's all right. You
it
can
is like high
tell
school.
us. Ilyas, what's wrong?
The bullying,
I'm fine.
apparently.
Just a minor headache. I haven't been getting much rest lately.
Back then, I told you not to be a hero. Look how things turned out.
Nobody got time to be heroes.
I can't imagine how things are going for you at the Academia. We've even been receiving threat letters.
Huh?
You don't have to force yourself to stay at the Academia. You can always come back home.
I'm all right. I just need a little rest.
Quit school and get back to
Ilyas
work.
doesn't seem like he wants them to know that he has amnesia.
Doesn't want his family to
Hey,
worry.
hey! That's enough, you two. Ilyas isn't feeling well. You can keep nagging him once we get home.
Isabel.
Ilyas, let's find somewhere to talk. So, how's your headache?
It's much better now. Oh, here, it's this month's paycheck. How's everything at home?
Same old, same old. It's just that everyone's worried about you. Don't mind their nagging. Deep down, they know that you did the right thing. It's just that after hearing a lot of bad rumors about you and seeing all the threatening letters, well, they're mom and dad. Maybe they just want you to conform a bit more.
What the hell did this guy do?
Conform.
Yeah.
He went from being
You
a
don't
hero
remember?
to just complete
After
mess.
the incident, you...
Apparently.
Ilyas? What's wrong?
Oh, I
Everything.
see. I remember now. Don't worry, I remember now.
You're
Good for you.
acting a little weird today, you know? Anyway, I understand your decision. But Mom, Dad, and I just want you to be happy.
Who
I don't
isn't happy
care
with
if you're a
their nose
hero or
up at
not.
school?
I just want you to enjoy life and relax more.
Your understanding is a great comfort to him.
Life is not
Is
to be
it?
enjoyed.
That's good.
It's to
Are you a
suffer.
friend of his?
More so these two. My name is Alhaitam, and this is the Traveler in Paimon.
Oh, that rings a bell. At any rate, I feel more at ease knowing that my brother has friends. Would you like to join us for dinner? I just happened to buy some extra food.
Sorry,
Did you
but I
plan
still
this
have
home?
things I need to take care of.
Well, that's a shame. Okay, I'll get going then. Take care of yourself, Ilyas.
Don't worry. I won't do anything to make you guys worry again.
You remember now?
Yes, I do. Thanks
Again.
for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
Is that your way of conveying gratitude?
Oh, my apologies. But I meant every word. Remember when I asked at the tavern if we had ever met? I said that there was a sense of familiarity, but what I really meant was a sense of loathing.
Loathing?
Okay.
Yeah, but having
know
spent some
you, but I
time with
don't
you,
like you.
I realized that you're not someone I dislike to that extent. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts at that time?
My strength is that I don't care about what others think. If you could also develop this quality, then you won't be as bothered by complicated social relationships.
It'd be great if I could think like you. But first things first. I remember where Siraj's cave is now. I'll take you there.
Really? That's great! Paimon remembers that you said there are 2 things that you had to do. We've only checked off 1, right? What about the other one? Are we not gonna do that first?
There are more important things at hand. We have to stop Siraj before he completes his collective consciousness, or it'll be too late.
You're right. Let's head out.
Apparently.
This is the place.
It's so well hidden. But there's nothing spooky about it. Let's go inside and take a look.
Okay, that is actually kind of pretty.
Weird. It's bigger on the inside than Paimon imagined. Are you sure it's still a work in progress? Ilyas, do you remember this place? Huh? Ilyas!
Come on. How do we continue to lose people?
I don't sense him nearby.
Did he get
You lost
separated
him.
from us? Should we wait
Wait,
here
wolf.
or turn around and look for him?
There's no need for that. Let's keep moving.
Alright. We'll continue in and see if he catches up to us.
What?
It's okay, Ilyas. You've done more than enough for me already.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application, and whenever the project hits a wall, he asks you for help. Everyone knows what's going on.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project. Too many people would be affected.
But he's obviously taking advantage of you!
So he's a stand-up guy. Good to know.
He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all-nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit for it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's not right! Why are you putting up with this?
Never mind.
A lot of people warn me to not say anything, and I think they have a point. This is just how things are. All I want is to graduate without any problems. It's okay. He's at least paying me.
Half a year of your time and effort, countless all-nighters, and casual threats and insults, all for a measly 20,000 mora?
Yeah, money is money at this point.
He's treating people like cattle.
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
What's the matter?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Huh? You could read minds this whole time and you never told Paimon?
Of course not. I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while Ilias was connecting to the collective consciousness.
Connecting collective consciousness?
It's clear that this place isn't a work in
has this whole
progress.
question been a
The
whirlwind?
hive has long been finished.
You should be able to
The
do
collective
this.
consciousness project is already complete, and Ilias is now returning to the collective.
So he took us.
Not entirely. Keep walking and you'll see why.
How about you just tell us and spare us 10 minutes of walk?
It's completely different from what Ilias said. This place looks like it's been done for a while.
Perhaps it has. Sorry. They made their own village.
Contributing to the collective by only thinking to your strengths. How easy.
Never mind then.
Alhaitam. Just thinking of that name fills me with hatred. We must get rid of him.
Okay.
I, Fischl, and the Princessins of
Okay.
the
Yeah? Yala? You're running. More memories. Let's go. It's memory time.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you have any idea how many people you brought down?
You could have played hero any time, so why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his death?
Okay.
It's a shame. What happened to him? I thought he was stronger than that. Everyone has been working hard to complete the project. He could have endured for a bit longer. But he chose now, of all times, to...
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness, the Matra are putting Johnny on trial. This project is done for. None of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people, myself included, needed this project to complete their studies? Now our futures are up in the air. If worst comes to pass, we might not be able to graduate. Do you understand now?
Yeah, because you can't find
sorry.
a second project maybe to work
There's
on.
no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay for this.
Okay. She was angry because she didn't get to finish. Okay. Okay, I was not happy.
You're blinking out again. What did you see this time?
Don't
Please.
jump to conclusions just yet. Save your words for when we see him.
He's more memories, let's go!
Alias, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take you? Well, to pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud, but well, we can't make exceptions for heroes, now can we? Maybe you should try to improve your relationship with the other researchers. Huh? Getting a reputation for being too unconventional will not stand you in good stead in the long run.
I understand.
You seem troubled.
Cyborg looking ass.
Who are you?
Bullying.
Where are my manners? My name is Siraj.
Siraj. I've heard of you before.
I'm calling you Cyborg.
Do you
Cyborg
need something
ass.
from me?
That's it.
The world hates people who don't fit in. I imagine you've had your fair share of trouble. After you reported Johnny for academic fraud, you were ostracized and shunned. Even your family can't understand your actions. However, I'm working on some research that will help you merge into a collective. That way, your life won't be so dolorous. How about it? Wanna have a go?
Sure, why not? I do say two heads think better than one. Perhaps that means one of them has to be smarter.
What did you see?
You're in the hive.
I can't believe it! He really did trick us! That giga jerk!
Okay,
no,
calm down.
Siraj is the real giga jerk here. Ilias is just a regular jerk.
Okay.
Ooh,
We have jerk, then we have giga,
we're gonna find him,
jerk.
and we're gonna make him explain himself!
Because that is very intimidating, apparently. I am getting freezing. Do this? I am confused. We're walking and bullying. Whoop whoop, my friend. Are you prepared?
You've come. I intentionally slowed my integration into the collective consciousness because I wanted to see you one last time as Ilias. And I wanted to apologize to you as him. It was only at Gandharvaville that the second thing I must do occurred to me. Bring you all here. To throw off the Matra and bring Alhaitam to the hive. That was my task as Siraj number 36.
You were already Siraj number 36? But you passed the Matra's lie detector test!
Yes, I truly did forget many things during that time, even my identity and assigned responsibilities. However, it's not that I got scared and forgot. I chose to delete those memories.
Okay,
It's
now you don't
difficult
wanna
to
be.
fool Alhaitam, so I had to create the perfect guise for myself.
And the best guise is when you believe your own lies.
Correct. I only told you that the hive was incomplete because I had deleted my memories of its completion. It was finished a long time ago. Before I left, I was already living as number 36. Now, I choose to return to that identity.
I am
Only
returning to
here
stupidity.
can I be
Return to
truly
monkey.
free. That's all I wanted to say. After I enter this room, my consciousness will merge back into the collective. And so, this is goodbye.
Thank
Is
you,
this your
finally.
decision?
Oh my god. Enough sympathy bullying, let's go!
Yeah! The person we know is Ilias, not Siraj number 36.
I'm just
The
standing there.
outside
I'm
world
like,
is painful sometimes,
I don't know.
but Paimon doesn't think that's a reason to run away.
Do you need more time to consider, Ilyas?
Do you need some coughing medicine? Some
That
little horse over there.
is Siraj.
So you're that giga jerk!
Giga jerk? Huh, how bold of you. Have I done something to offend you?
You exist in my presence. That is
I
enough.
modified Akasha terminals
need
to allow
anything else.
users to share memories and emotions. Then, I recruited researchers from the academia to build a collective consciousness. I assigned numbers to everyone and divided the experiment's tasks amongst themselves. Here, people can live easily and happily without needing to exercise complex mental thought.
Yes, because
This
choosing
is
what
what
you
they have
need to wear in the
chosen.
morning is
All
complex
I've done
and
is
hard.
fulfill their wishes.
You're just trying
Is
to
there a join
justify
now
yourself.
button?
Then I ask you, what's the difference between here and the outside? There are researchers
know the
at
answer.
the academia who engage in dangerous research in extreme environments while others become idle and listless. People are so obsessed with collective will that even those on the
Listless.
fringes will
Does that
attempt
mean
to
you
fit
don't
in
have to
after
do this?
suffering setbacks. Isn't that right, Ilyas?
I'm
There's
just
no
there.
need to deny this, as it is fact. It is natural for social creatures to congregate together. And
Who
the
needs
terminus
social?
of conformity is a collective consciousness through which even an ordinary bee colony can become a powerful swarm. Replace the bees with humans, and this model becomes even more
And it
potent.
becomes weak.
Welcome to the hive, Alhaitam. You once arrogantly denied the merits of this project before the Grand Sage. A few simple words from you, and my research was consigned to nothingness. Of course, I'm well aware that you don't care about any of this. You don't care about the pain of others.
Oh, I
But
forgot all
I
Alhaitam
didn't
was so
give up.
over it.
I
Like, he's
made
done.
my
Like,
thesis
stop
into
talking,
reality.
Just finish this.
When we arrived, I noticed many empty rooms in the hive.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you guess where their inhabitants are?
Fed
The
to a
answer
monster, I don't know.
is the academia. They're executing another phase of the plan. The plan to install me as a sage. The collective
Sage of what,
consciousness
stupidity?
links all of us into a single mind, showcasing our individual strengths as we work together. We are able to execute complex undertakings while instantaneously modifying our strategies in response to unexpected situations. Everything has
Okay,
been
good view.
proceeding smoothly.
A for effort, I guess.
You are our biggest obstacle. With you out of the way, I'll use my growing influence to turn the collective consciousness into a legitimate study.
He's
The
just
project
so
will
dumb.
snowball until ultimately everyone will be part of my hive. No. The hive will be in
Like,
control,
Alhaitam is just so done with this.
and it will lead the academia
Just do not care.
towards a new future.
We won't let you do this!
What can you
Why can't you
achieve
do
with
this?
mere
Go away.
words? You weren't even able to change Ilyas's mind.
Okay, I'm
Return to the
gonna blade
hive, number 36. Yes.
them. Okay, we have cyborg looking ass non, but
Go
oh.
back! Look! There are lots of people out there worried about you.
Brain just don't
You
fail me
aren't an
now.
outcast. Aren't we your friends?
Yeah,
That's
we're
easy
friends
for
like
you to
a
say,
month, and
given
then I
that
leave
you're travelers.
for the next nation.
Will you two continue to stay
Rinse
at
and
the
repeat.
academia? When you leave, tragedy will repeat itself. Return, number 36. You know as well as I do that comforting words don't make life any easier.
Who needs comfort? We're just
Yes.
bullying at this point.
Why?
You two are just as arrogant as Alhaitam.
Yes, I am. Now
You
go away.
think that everyone should be like you and live according to their own truths. But you don't realize that most people simply want easy lives. I allowed number 36 to leave the hive without his memories only because I knew he would eventually return. This proves that I know more about human nature than you do.
You know, considering the traveler ain't
Alhaitam,
from this
do
world,
say a
so
word or
I don't
two.
know. Fair
I will
enough.
consider them as your last.
I made those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable. No amount of garish packaging will change its fragile nature. It can't be helped. If you were clever enough to realize those problems, then you would have been aware that the hive changed when Ilyas returned to this collective consciousness of yours.
What?
What's happening?
It's too many words and too big words for me. I don't know.
The collective needs motivation to execute its plans, just as machinery requires energy to operate. That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective, prompting them to create and execute a plan to eliminate me. However, when Ilias returned to the collective, his memories and emotions were shared with the rest of its members. This includes his perception of me.
Thanks for that. You don't seem
I
like
agree
such
with
a bad
Lumin. I have
person.
no. This is giving me a headache.
Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts at that time?
This contradicts the hatred you had provided them, and these two differing emotions will give rise to new conflict.
So that's it. Wait, so you knew that Ilias would return to the hive? And then you pretended to keep him around just to fool Siraj. Wouldn't expect any less from you, Alhaitam.
Big brain.
Once the collective consciousness bugs out, we'll take that opportunity to... wait. It's back to normal already.
Alhaitam,
Hello,
I
Vest.
told you.
Didn't
You're
work
too
out well, did it?
arrogant. Did you really think that your little scheme would be enough to destabilize the hive? Ilias's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the hive, but such a meager drop cannot give rise to waves. Your struggle has been in vain, and it's time to end it. Allow me to show you what makes the collective consciousness so formidable.
So many monsters.
It
Where
gives
did they
us
come
shrooms.
from?
Okay.
And
Give me targets.
something feels off about them.
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last. Even so, they are part of it. Despite their lack of intelligence, perfect cooperation can be achieved, much like soldiers who have undergone strict training. Now then, drown in endless waves of monsters. You will all pay for your ceaseless arrogance.
It's just a fungi.
Hey, Alhaitam? Your plan didn't work, so what do we do now?
I've already sent my gift to the collective. It'll take some time for the recipient to receive it. You two just need to brace yourselves for the nuisance in front of us.
Paimon, why are you panicking? We are fighting God
Doesn't
on the
know how you get
regular.
so confident, but
Why are you
we'll hold him
panicking?
off for as long as we can.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Oz revealed by Uglade.
Flicker.
Panicking. We fight monsters and gods on the regular. There's no need to panic.
Rain outlines your fate.
Alhaitam isn't that bad of a person.
But it has to be done. He must be eliminated so that we can evolve.
Okay, Pokemon. Evolve. Into what? Beehive?
Scatter. You see? That is the will of the collective. Even with the hatred gone, they continue their work. An external anomaly cannot shake the collective's stability.
No, my soul!
Sorry,
By
Kiki.
royal
Gotta finish. Everything we do. Music?
No rest for the wicked.
Don't be scared.
I have your way. Fear me. Fear my dead
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Shadow Raven.
He won't hold out for much longer.
He's a lot tougher than we imagined.
Something's gone wrong with the march.
Will you stop going?
Defract!
By royal decree.
No, my sword! Let me read you a verse.
What's going on? What's with this sudden influx of information? Silence!
As the Overmind, I command you!
I guess not. Next.
No, my sword!
You Blade!
Will you stop?
Oz, reveal by
Ring Cutter!
Stay put! Hey, go away!
I am the Goomba.
Here you are.
How is that possible? Why hasn't it been resolved yet?
He's the big chicken.
The will of the collective cannot be wrong. The Overmind must be error in this matter. But Siraj is the most intelligent among us. He is number one. His judgment is not
Chicken? Chicken, stop it. Okay. Well, bad KFC. Bad KFC.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a verse.
Flicker.
Then run, this is probably not the best idea, but
You Blade, you're up!
I am getting my ass.
Don't get him, you Blade!
I have 3 chickens. Need my KFC beef.
By royal decree!
No, my sword!
Give yourself. Be a good boy yourself. Never mind, he's dead. Good boy be dead. KFC time. Give him the
What have you done?
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure this out?
You were only designated as number 36. What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
What you said to Ilias has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive.
I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane, it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine? Being a tool for the rest of my life? As soon as one person begins to have these thoughts, selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate, thanks to the web of consciousness that you built. At this stage, your so-called hive has already fallen.
It's not over yet.
I am the Overmind! There has to be a way!
It's too late. Once the desires of the hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
I wouldn't have suffered such a disgraceful defeat if I was the Overmind.
My number shouldn't be so far down in the list! Siraj is a liar!
This isn't what we agreed to!
I should be the one in your position!
There's one way to deal with it. Okay,
The
what happened?
hive shut down?
It's over.
What happened just now?
Come on, were you asleep or something?
Members of a collective consciousness are more
You know,
likely to
said
reach a consensus because of their shared memories and emotions. For example,
AKA
Ilias
sharing,
did
not
have
caring.
differing perceptions, but he ultimately
Do not
followed the
share.
collective
That's
consciousness's
a bad thing,
judgment.
apparently.
However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the collective consciousness will generate an intractable diffusion effect upon encountering negative emotions.
Selfish desires.
The disturbance that Ilias caused wasn't for naught. It made the collective question the Overmind.
Setbacks in the plan further amplify doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence. This inevitably causes the collective to generate negative emotions.
Apprehension, disappointment, panic, avarice. These negative emotions can be very
The
well
fuck
hidden,
is
as
avarice?
humans generally do not share completely transparent channels of communication.
This story quest has
But
been
in the
beyond my
hive, where there
knowledge
are
level.
no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilias was the trigger for all of this. A few words were enough. Believe in the power of words, Siraj.
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness. Even back then. You knew that Ilias was the bait all along? But how did you know? Since when?
I knew it from the moment I saw him. Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion of you has always been objective. You have a naive view towards the concepts of collective consciousness and human evolution, but you are intelligent and disciplined. You would never let a test subject escape. Mistakes like that are beneath you, and you also won't leave any mistake without a resolution.
That's fair, honestly.
I never thought I'd
Tells
hear
something
those
that
words
quickly.
come from you. But if you're saying that out of sympathy, spare me.
I know, we don't do sympathy here.
I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal. When you were with us, you always had a distant look in your eyes.
Alhaitam see everything like ants, okay?
You don't need to hide it.
You don't even think you
I know
should
it
breathe
better
the
than
same
anyone
air
else.
as him at this point.
The arrogance that comes with being a genius. Nobody likes being treated like that.
Your perspective is entirely born from your
Here you go.
habitual way
Hello.
of looking at things.
I'm doing great.
From
How are
your
you?
perspective, you probably think I'm like you, someone who doesn't fit in. However, I've never placed myself on a pedestal. I just want to distance myself from meaningless noise and look at everything objectively. On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care too much about winning and how others perceive you.
You mean to say
Doesn't everybody think that way?
I'm the arrogant one here?
Yes, you are.
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally fragile.
Doing alright, just
You
wondering
view
if
people as a
today's
simple,
the new
mediocre
update.
collective,
It comes,
while you regard
for
me
the
as
EU
one
server,
of
it
your
comes
kind.
Tonight. Like, I think it said it's finished around 5 a.m. tomorrow. I think. So, by tomorrow morning it's done. Because it was between the 28th and the 1st. So it starts, I think it starts at midnight, should take about 5 or 6 hours. Yeah, that is sad.
Regardless, I have lost. You can take me back to the academia to stand trial.
I say
You
let
will
get eaten
stand
by a
trial,
monster, but
yes. But arresting people isn't in my job description. I'm just an ordinary staff member. I believe it is the General Mahamatra's duty to escort you away.
A long day too. The school is always a long day.
Sino? What are you doing here?
I perceive doing his job. Perhaps.
I followed the symbols. Looks like things have already been settled.
He's just depressed by now.
Symbols?
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols on the way here.
Until 3:30
What do you
p.m.
mean you left a letter?
Now that is long.
Oh, Paimon remembers.
I think I had that as well when I went to school.
Arav said that you had left a letter for Sino. So you really did know that something was up with Ilias from the start. You lied to us too!
No,
It'd
you're
be
just
best
dumb,
if you didn't
Paimon.
spout nonsense. I never employed any mode of trickery on you. By the way,
Every thought
I
you
came
might just
across
be
some
dumb.
information at the Academia a few days ago. If you practice the method discussed therein, your vision may improve. Do you need it?
Seriously? This guy. By the way, Sino, Paimon heard that Siraj sent more people to the Academia. We can't let those jerks get away.
He's probably already dealt with it.
Don't worry.
Why do you think it's slow?
The Matra have started screening suspicious persons. And we've already arrested many of Siraj's associates.
Like I said.
This was likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver. Everything went as you predicted, Alhaitam.
Good.
He does not sound happy.
Seems like the interesting part is already over. I'll leave the arrests to you all. See you.
I don't care. Bye. Like, I did my job, I'm
and
done.
off he goes. There still are a lot of test subjects here, so let's stick around for a while.
Why? They're people. I'm not a... And they're not Eremites, so I can't just, whack them over the head. Like, so no. Yeah, they're...
Oh no. Oh no. I was involved in all these plans to get rid of the acting Grand Sage? What came over me? How could I do something like this?
We were accomplices without knowing it. But I'm afraid that Alhaitam might pressure the Matra into giving us heavier sentences.
Something I noticed, they have different symbols on their hats. And different colors. Why have I not seen that until now? Jesus. I am
Whether
blind.
he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him. It seems our future at the Academia will be full of uncertainties.
We can discuss the future later. Leaving the collective left me with a strange sense of guilt. I didn't feel anything towards Alhaitam at first, since he wasn't well known. All the opinions I heard about him were negative, though. Siraj made us hate Alhaitam, and we blindly accepted that hatred and thought of him as a bad person. From how things look, we've done a lot of irrational things.
We don't need a rush.
I guess we're getting what we
here.
deserve.
Ain't got
Could you
the time.
help us apologize to Alhaitam?
Sure, Paimon will help you tell Alhaitam. But whether he chooses to forgive you is up to him.
He has probably even forgotten about it. Like,
It's okay.
oh, there was a ploy to get rid of
No
him.
matter what he
Okay.
chooses, apologizing will make us feel slightly better. If he chooses to remember this, we're prepared for our punishment.
He probably
It's
already
time to go.
forgotten. He's just not dumb. He just doesn't care.
Let's go.
He's probably already
So,
done kicking back
were
and
they
just
all
reading a
duped?
book again. So, were they all duped?
We can ask Alhaitam about that later.
Sure. It's the kid. Can I kick
Looks
him
like
now?
I can't exist as Siraj number 36. Yet, my life as Ilyas goes on. When I was at Gandharvaville, I thought about whether I should just come forward with the truth. But
Yeah, just
I
like,
didn't
don't
have
know,
the
don't
courage
care.
then.
Not my problem.
So
He's
in
like,
the end,
out of sight,
I
out of
lost
mind.
my sense of justice. But I also wasn't able to conform.
He's
Ilyas?
probably the type to, like, not
be
care until
sad.
somebody literally
I'm the
holds a
one who
knife to him.
deceived you. However, I didn't come out of this completely empty-handed. The moment the hive collapsed, an idea popped into my head. I realized that the collective I was always trying to fit into wasn't as powerful as I had imagined.
The collective
Understanding
fell.
that gave me courage
We had
somehow.
an idea. I think there was
Perhaps
something
one
wrong
day
there.
I could be just like Alhaitam and not care about what anyone else thinks.
You can do it. Paimon believes in you.
Thanks. Well, I should get going. I'm one of the primary suspects in the case, so I'll have to receive my due punishment. Can you keep this a secret from my parents and my sister? I just don't want them to worry.
They shouldn't be
Also,
worried about you now that they know
Please
exactly where you're
apologize
gonna
to
be.
Alhaitam for me.
In the slammer.
Goodbye, you two.
Goodbye, and I will never see you again, apparently. As with every other character in every quest. We
All
do
the
not
test
speak
subjects
again.
have been taken away.
Yeah, there are all 4 of them.
I'll have my subordinates seal the place, retrieve all documentation, and destroy the system. Are you two hurt? I brought bandages and hemostatics.
Paimon's fine. Just a little tired.
With Sino's like mark on his arm, is that like tan or is it actually something
Get some rest.
on it?
Alhaitam is probably waiting for you at the entrance. Go see him when you're done here.
Oh, I was
Watch out
expecting
for
him to
any of
already have
Siraj's
left.
associates who might still be in hiding.
Never mind.
If you encounter anything you can't take care of, come find me at the academia.
I'm in the middle of hers, can't do anything.
safe
Yeah,
too,
hold on,
Sino.
I just need to go to the academia to find Sino. I'll be dead.
Let's go meet up with Alhaitam.
I see just that is all I need to know. I always thought this shoes is so weird. It's pointy. I don't know. Me neither. And I don't want Sino, so probably never find out either.
The matter's settled. We can return now. I actually thought it would have been settled sooner. This took much longer than I expected. Judging by your faces, it seems like you two still have some questions.
I'm quite curious.
I respect your curiosity, but
you better,
I'm
I was
off
gonna
the
whoop
clock
your
now,
ass.
so I'm not going to field any questions.
Hey, we're not your colleagues.
You couldn't tell that was an excuse just now?
What? Are you kidding me? You're not leaving today
There
until
is
you
this
explain
arc
what
where we all
happened
just
back at
bully
Siraj's
Paimon.
secret base.
Why am I so angry?
See ya.
Never mind then.
Hold it right there.
I'm not surprised, but
Are you done? Your behavior is reminding me of some other people.
Stop changing
it is
the
life
subject.
like nah. Remind you of some other people. Is that supposed to be Kaveh?
It's too much of a hassle to explain everything from the top. You know what? Come with me.
Where to?
You'll know when we get there.
Okay, don't tell me then. Who needs to know at this point anyway? Fully.
Is this your home?
Why am I so wide-eyed?
Yes.
It would have been funny if you said no.
Being all polite
Choose your
and inviting
home?
us
No.
over?
Ah, you're back. Quick, come help me see if this painting's all straightened.
It was.
And... Huh? Who are they?
Stop making a fuss. They're obviously guests.
You're not from the academia, are you?
If anybody's ever seen Bungo Stray Dogs, this gives me the same vibes as Shuya or Dasai or Atsushi and Akutagawa. The same vibes. One happy-go-lucky. Yeah, they do sound like an old couple.
I'm unsure she's seen you before. You're that person from that time in that one place.
Where?
Wait, what? How do you know me? Oh no,
Not even
do
I know
people
where,
that I
where
live here?
she's talking about.
What? You're embarrassed only now of all times?
Oh, you guys are roommates.
Says every
Yes,
history.
yes we are, but keep that to yourselves. Please, don't tell anyone else.
I keep a few books on collectives and the subconscious here at home. I'll get them. You all chat in the meantime.
Hey!
Hey! You're leaving just like that? What's the deal, Alhaitam?
Yeah, that's him, alright.
Uh,
It's sassy attitude.
Sorry, I know we've only just met, but I have to ask. Are you, you wouldn't happen to be actors that Alhaitam hired to pretend to be his friends, would you?
What?
Guess not. I've never seen him invite friends home before, so please excuse my surprise.
Yeah,
You
well, it
guys
doesn't
get it,
seem like the
right?
type.
You know, with his temperament and stuff.
What temperament? He just does not care.
Aren't you his friend?
What
I
temperament?
wouldn't
The
say
temperament of I don't
friends
give a shit?
exactly. Okay, well, we used to be, but we're not anymore.
We're not friends anymore, we just live together.
Don't worry about it. My name
Isn't that
is
like
Kaveh.
heavy?
I'm sorry to have met you under these circumstances. Anyway, please don't say anything about me living here.
But apparently, according to Paimon, we have met before, so...
going on. So maybe Samora will make Paimon ship.
Are you serious? How could you... Ah, of course. You're Alhaitam's friends.
What? That was a normal response. You exposed your own weakness.
Still, why do you have to treat me like he does?
Just
Judging by the
Paimon, we're all
deafening
here.
din coming from the living room, you all must be getting along quite well.
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
Okay, child.
I'll leave the books here.
He acts like a damn child sometimes. You skim through a few pages and contents to... yeah.
Paimon's dizzy from reading. This is way too complicated. Why don't we just ask questions instead?
Honestly, one time I actually agree.
To know, oh, how did you know about the collective consciousness's weakness?
A year ago, Siraj presented his thesis to the Grand Sage, who offhandedly asked for my opinion. I actually responded with 2 lines of reasoning. The first, as I've already said, was that his research was on human evolution, a subject prohibited by the academia. The second was that I thought the direction of his research was too extreme, but his approach too conservative.
Big plans, small steps?
Too conservative? He built such a large lab, gathered all those people, and even tried to get rid of you!
One way to stabilize a collective consciousness is to remove the test subject's humanity altogether. The optimal solution to achieve collective consciousness is to focus solely on the overmind and treat the other test subjects as tools.
That's way too dangerous! You're not seriously considering that, are you?
He probably already does.
I'm merely stating the facts. If Siraj had done that, I would have felt his work to be just as senseless. It's impossible for any species to evolve overnight, and humans without their humanity cannot be called humans. That's why the academia prohibited research into human evolution. Most research of this kind tends to run contrary to evolution.
Paimon gets it now!
That's rich coming from you. If humans aren't humans without their humanity, then you'll probably evolve into some other species in another decade, I wager.
What about you? Are you going to devolve into a fungus?
At least I'd be a fungus with empathy. Sorry for eavesdropping, but what happened to you guys? Are you in trouble?
What?
Sort of. We encountered a strange researcher that had it out for us.
Are you all okay?
To be more precise, they had it out for Alhaitam.
Huh. So that's how things went. Such is life. If only he'd known, Alhaitam could have stayed indoors today, and the whole thing could have been avoided, right? Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once. See those books? They've been sitting there waiting for someone to sort through them for an age. If you're not gonna read them, tidy them away. They don't belong there.
Calm down. Get more shelves done.
Can you feel the awkwardness in the air? I hope you're aware of your lack of conversational skills.
Oh, so the pot's calling the kettle black, is he? Well, having said all that, are you okay?
I'm doing quite well.
That was
much
not
better
meant
than
to
that
him,
painting
probably.
you're trying to hang on the wall.
You don't understand anything. Stop criticizing my taste in decoration.
Kaveh seems to be upset again. Yeah, you don't say.
Paimon can't tell which of them is more problematic. Let's just get this over with and leave.
And blame your curiosity.
You whisper very loudly.
Then it's not a whisper, buddy.
Yeah, Paimon's been told that.
Do you have any more questions?
Let Paimon think. Oh, by the way, the other researchers apologized to you. They hope that you can forgive them.
I bear them no ill will. More accurately, I don't really care about what they think of me.
Out
To
of
some
sight, out of
extent,
mind.
they were also fooled by Siraj. The Matra will take this into account at their trials.
Ilias also said that he wanted to tell us the truth at Gandharvaville, but he didn't have the courage.
Okay.
He apologized to you too.
It doesn't matter.
I planned to
I
put
never
the time.
considered
I'm
asking him
sorry.
to come forward with the truth. Judging from his experiences, he's more courageous than the average person. There's no need to lay even more criticism on him.
Leave the poor guy
Criticizing the
alone.
brave only shows how weak you yourself are. I'm going for dinner in 10 minutes, so I'll field one last question.
Paimon doesn't have any more questions. How about you?
What were you actually interested in?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. You only started investigating with the Matra at the Academia because you were interested in something, right?
Just how badly this was gonna go?
It didn't seem like you were interested in him or his experiment.
Okay, never mind.
I had no interest in him personally, but I was curious as to why so many people were willing to form a collective consciousness with him. I now understand the
Stupidity?
reason.
Something to do with the current atmosphere at the Academia.
Correct. The fall of the sages and the shutdown of the Akasha terminals deeply affected the Academia. The fact
why
that
take that up to
Siraj's
you?
project attracted
Take that
so
up with,
much
you know,
interest despite not being
Nahida.
approved speaks to the lack of research projects as of late. As the acting Grand Sage, I'll have to figure something out.
As the acting
In
grand
addition,
stupidity.
what happened to Ilias is worth our attention. Reporting academic fraud was the right thing to do. He didn't deserve the outcome that he had received.
Paimon understands now. Oh, you're pretty serious when it comes to work, huh?
I think minimum viable seriousness is a more apt description. I'll do my best to take care of this mess until my resignation is approved.
Wait, your resignation?
Until it's approved.
Yes. I've already submitted my resignation to the Academia. Soon, I'll resign as the acting Grand Sage and go back to being its scribe.
Instead of you trying to say, let me in, he's the type of guy to like, let me out!
I don't think Siraj knew about that. If he had waited just a few more days before acting, I would have already resigned. What he'd do then wouldn't have been any concern of mine. However, even without my input, his unstable model would have collapsed for some other reason, so it makes no difference.
But why do you want to resign?
I'm not suited to be a sage, nor do I want to be one. The official process to select the new sages is already underway, but this process is long and takes far too much time. If I serve as acting Grand Sage for too long, the position might become permanent. That would be troublesome. This job isn't something I want to spend the rest of my life doing. It's important to keep your priorities straight. Well, it's about time.
Just stare at the wall.
You two should grab some dinner as well.
Oh, now that you say that, Paimon's kinda hungry. See ya! We're gonna grab some yummies!
Goodbye.
See ya.
Illusions of the mob.
The name Siraj doesn't ring a bell. Was he in your class?
I didn't think there was another cutscene.
He isn't someone who would leave an impression, so it's expected that you don't remember him.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the Academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the Academia can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you have a base amount of self-awareness. If the people in the Academia haven't gone mad, they'd know that I'm much more suited to be a sage than you.
And I suppose they'd let everyone know that your career as a sage will be as shaky as that painting.
Again, that's mighty rich coming from someone about to resign. In a few days, you'll be managing files again. You'll be back at rock bottom.
But my salary will likely stay the same.
Wait, what? How come? Why do you get special treatment?
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his client.
You...
This is all just bullying.
I took time out of my day to clean the living room for you, and this is the thanks I get for it? I'd have been better off catching up on my work. I still have designs to finish.
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some furniture with that Mora.
What? Are you trying to annoy me to death? The decorations you buy keep getting uglier and uglier. What's the point of having a boring wood carving in your house?
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Fine. Go ahead and hide behind your financial success if you want. But if we forget Mora for a second, do you have anything of true value to boast about?
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features at all?
Artistry, for sure. You don't know the first thing about interior design. Don't go off buying random furniture unless you take me with you.
So I'll have to bring you along and then buy you drinks?
Of course.
But why would I do that? It would just be another form of a loan, and you'd have to pay me back eventually.
Can't you just be nice and not ask for the Mora back?
Pretending that you're not in debt is as ridiculous as pretending you're not living in someone else's home. Word will get out sooner or later.
Speaking of which, your friends won't say anything, right? Tell them to keep all this a secret.
There's no need to hide it so carefully. I think the truth's already out. You're such a lightweight that a few drinks at the tavern had you spilling all your beans.
What? No, it can't be.
Okay. No, not again.
The name Siraj doesn't ring a bell.
He isn't someone who would...
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the academia can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted.
And I suppose that...
Again, that's...
But my salary...
Wait, what?
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his client.
I listened to this once, I don't want to listen to it again.
You... I took time out of my day to clean the living room for you, and this is the thanks I get for it? I'd have been better...
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy...
What? Are you trying to annoy me to...
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Fine.
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features?
Artistry, for sure. You don't know the...
So I'll have to bring you along...
Of course.
But why would I do that?
Can't you just be nice?
Pretending that you're not...
Speaking of which, your friends won't say...
There's no need to hide it so...
What?
Let me leave. Run. God, I have to go through that. This is good. Alhaitam's right though. It's not straight. That picture is not straight. The picture is still not straight. I need to leave.